Well, hello. I mean, buongiorno. Buongiorno. First, I have to get a picture of everybody. I'm sorry for my blog here. So there you go. Okay, there you go. Sorry. Squeeze in, please. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Okay, and we want a crazy picture here. Ready? Everybody act crazy. Thank you. Okay, here we go. And then one over here. Grazie. Okay. In respect to my friend, my Microsoft friend, I'm presenting from a Microsoft Surface tablet. Yeah. Mikamyo, James Weaver, and the title of my talk is Java e il linguaggio del Internet of Things. So, my Twitter account is JavaFXpert. Please tweet me, and with any questions, or just let me know how you're doing, and I'd like to tweet back with you. I've written several books on Java. I've been with Java since 1995, and I'm also the co-leader of a couple of communities. One is the Internet of Things community. It's iotcommunity.net, and the other one is the JavaFX community. It's javafxcommunity.com, and so I would encourage you to go to those websites. I'm also, I love music, and I love to study music in different cultures. My favorite TV show is La Voce in United States, and I understand that you also have La Voce. Maybe, let's see, J-Ax, Piero, Pietro, Naomi, and but also, one thing that you have that we don't have is singing nuns. So that's molto bene, molto bene. So what I want to talk to you about is the Internet of Things. Now, I don't have to convince you that the Internet of Things is very big, and it's going to be something that we want to learn to develop for, and that will be something that's a new wave of innovation. It will be something that affects everyone. There are several sessions yesterday and today here at this wonderful Codemotion conference that talks about Internet of Things. So I don't have to convince you about that. What I do want to convince you, though, is that Java è il linguaggio della Internet of Things. Java will be the language that will make it really easy for you to create applications for the Internet of Things. So to do that, I want to show you about an example of the Internet of Things with Oracle. Oracle won the America's Cup last year, and only 4 nations have won the America's Cup since this contest started in 1851. So we cheat a lot at Oracle. We use our own products and our own technologies. We use the Internet of Things to win the America's Cup. So on our boat, on this America's Cup boat, we have 300 sensors. We have sensors that sense wind speed, also the strain on the mast, the stability of the hull, and the tension on the sail. And 10 times every second, 3,000 measurements are taken so that in real time we can accurately... My shadow. Grazie. Where was I? so every day, 1 gigabyte of data is retrieved. But that information is used in real time by the pilots of the boats. And they each wear these gadgets, these PDAs, on their wrists so they can see in real time the sail tension, hull stability, and other things, and they can react accordingly. Also, the computers on board do calculations based upon wind speed and other things to predict in the next few seconds or minutes what the weather's going to be. So we use the Internet of Things quite effectively to win the America's Cup. Another thing, another long-term benefit is for next year, as we gather all this data, we can then improve the design of the boats for next year. With boat design, there's always a tension between strength and stability, and so finding the right match between those is a challenge. So using all this data to find the best match between strength and stability is something that we do. So we have new technologies and new possibilities in sailing, but also then in our everyday lives, whether it's health monitoring, automation, other kinds of things where you see Internet of Things. It touches everything, and it changes everything. So right now we're kind of in an age of things connected to the Internet. We have maybe a refrigerator. We're talking about a refrigerator connected to the Internet. Or maybe your home security system is connected to the Internet. But we're moving to the Internet of Things where everything is potentially connected to everything else and everybody. And so these things then, rather than just being monitored, are actually learning about their environment, sensing things, and then together making decisions about what to do, call an ambulance or order milk or something like that. So it's something that is growing exponentially to where everything is connected to everything. And you've seen these kinds of predictions before, but for example, some people think in the year 2020 that everyone will carry about 6.5 devices, mobile phones or health tracking, things like that. And so that gives us a lot of data then, and a lot of connectivity that we need. So it's completely different than it is now. So the data needs will, as we pump more data into the Internet of Things, like right now, for example, every 60 seconds, we have 72 hours of video uploaded and 41,000 Facebook searches and things like that. As we get more things on the Internet, we'll have even more data uploaded to the Internet, to where the Internet is going to, by 2015, some people predict that there will be 8,000 exabytes going in and out of the Internet. Exabyte is 3,600 years worth of HD TV video. So it's just something that's huge. So with the Internet of Things, we really have a couple of challenges. One is how do we write programs easily as programmers that will run on devices? And then how do we manage this data, the big data problem? So, and what I'd like to suggest to you is that Java addresses both of those things because of its ability to run everywhere. And if you look over here on the right, we have over 9 million Java developers. It's the #1 choice for developers. It runs everywhere. And so it's a very good choice to tackle the problems, the challenges of the Internet of Things. Java runs on all sorts of platforms, all the way from very small Java card to embedded devices, the pens, cell phones, other kinds of devices that you'll see everywhere in the Internet of Things. Also then there's Java SE embedded, and kiosks, bank machines, mobile phones, desktop phones, and servers. So it runs everywhere, and so you learn Java once, and you learn how to develop using the Java development kit once, and you can run your applications anywhere. So I wanted to because we're talking about Internet of Things, I wanted to show you why and how easy it is to develop in Java for embedded devices. One very hard problem, if you've developed for embedded before, a very hard problem is that all the different microprocessors are different. All the environments are different. So if you, a lot of times, if you write a program, you also, in addition to writing the program, you need to write an environment for security, for communication, to manage applications, all those kinds of things. And so traditionally, we've had to reinvent those things. With Java, we have the Java virtual machine, the Java runtime environment, and all of the libraries. So those things are on the processors that you would want to run. So like ARM or Intel, you can have a Java virtual machine and runtime environment for both of those. And so as a developer, all you are worrying about is writing the Java code and using the APIs rather than worrying about all of the other complex problems. So that's one reason why you would want to use Java. So here are some different reasons. Java is cross-platform. Java has a sandbox security model. So it comes with security. It comes with multitasking and multi-threading. The memory management is automatic rather than you having to manage that. You can update the code with Java ME. You can update the code while the application is running. So with the Internet of Things, you have devices that you may not see for years because they're in different things. Maybe they're monitoring cows, or they're in a tree, or something like that. And so you can update the code over the air and have it update as you make code changes. It's scalable all the way from the Java card all the way up to big servers. And it's got a very large developer community, very passionate developer community. So you can focus on the solution. So I wanted to give you a couple of opportunities. One is myself and some of my colleagues have developed a Java embedded course. It's a online course. It's free. And all you have to do is you buy a kit. You can buy a kit from that has a Raspberry Pi. It has a humidity sensor, a GPS sensor. It's maybe 180 euros, something like that, 150 euros. I don't know. But you buy it from whatever vendor that you want to. But the course is free, and we teach you how to program a Raspberry Pi, how to talk to these sensors, and then also during the course, there's a scenario where your Raspberry Pi and your sensors are on a truck, and then it's going to different places, and it's sensing altitude, it's sensing whether someone opened the door, and it's collecting those things on the Raspberry Pi. And then in one of the weeks, it's the week where you learned how to develop JavaFX, you're going to use JavaFX then to display that data. So I wanted to show you that really quickly here. In NetBeans, we've got a project, and you'll create a server that collects the data. You'll create that on the Raspberry Pi, and I just started up that server. And then you'll create a client, and then we'll start up this client. And the client uses the JavaFX libraries that comes with Java, and so it then talks to, communicates with the Raspberry Pi. So we'll say connect, and it connects to the Raspberry Pi. And then we say read data, and then it gets data from the Raspberry Pi that you collected earlier, and then graphs it interactively, and then we can disconnect. So this is the architecture for that. Here's your Raspberry Pi over here, a couple of sensors. Here's some of the applications that you'll write. And then here's the Java application that has the JavaFX libraries that we saw there. And this is the network. Also, another opportunity is the IoT Developer Challenge. If you go to oracle.com/java8 and click on the IoT Developer Challenge, then you can enter a challenge in which a team of developers develops for some Java embedded project, and if yours is chosen as the winner, then your team of 4 people can get tickets and some airfare to go to Java 1. So that's a really good opportunity, and I hope that you'll take that challenge. So I appreciate your attention, and grazie.